Hello learners, welcome to our today's lesson. This is Teacher Moses and we are going to look at mathematics today. And so this is going to be mathematics class 7 and 8. And so we know very well that mathematics is all about calculation, doing it. And so therefore I would like you to have your pen and also ensure that you have a writing material and be ready for the calculations. Mathematics is a practical subject, and therefore we have to write down and do the calculations for us to solve the problem that is there. And so therefore, in our today's session, we are going to look at a topic that is there in class 7 as well as class 8. This topic is a topic of whole numbers. And so therefore, we are going to look at combined operations in whole numbers. Remember, we have combined operations of whole numbers, we have combined operations of fractions, and we also have combined operations of decimals. So we are going to look at combined operations of whole numbers. So we have it on the board. And so, learners, when I talk of combined operations, I mean that we are going to have all the operations that we've been learning from class 1 up to class 6 and now combined into one, and that is what we are going to do in class 7 and 8. That means we are going to meet a question that is either having addition, subtraction, and division in one question. And so you are needed to solve this. This is going to be under combined operation. We can as well have a question that is having multiplication, having addition, having subtraction, division, and of in one question. This is going to be under combined operation. And so therefore, learners, I will take you very fast to what you learned under all these operations. Remember, the first operation was addition and subtraction. For example, give me the answer when you add 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3, what do you get? Good. 2 plus 3 is going to be 5. We can also add 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5, what do you get? Wonderful. 10 plus 5 is going to be 15. That is addition. Now what about subtraction? Subtraction, it means taking away. For example, you have 3 objects, you remove 1, you are going to remain with the 2. Meaning the operation there is subtraction. Now, what is 10 minus 7? Meaning 10 subtract 7. Your answer is going to be 3. Another operation that was done previously was multiplication. Multiplication. Now multiplication, an example is you can have 2 multiplied by 3. When you take 2 multiplied by 3, your answer is going to be 6. And therefore remember that for multiplication, it should be at your fingertips. To ensure that when you're working out these ones, you are always fast. Mathematics is all about speed, accuracy, and neatness. Therefore, when we talk of the speed, you have already the multiplication at your fingertips. Therefore, when I say 7 times 8, you don't need to think or write it down. You simply give your correct answer. Now give me 7 times 8. What are we going to get? Wonderful. 7 times 8 is going to be 56. 7 times 8 is going to be 56. Another operation, we have division, where you have a number and you divide it among a given number of items. For example, I have 15 fruits, divide them among 5 children. Each child is going to get 3. It means I have distributed these fruits equally to the number of pupils or the number of children that I have. Now, can you divide for me this? What is 24 divided by 8? 24 divided by 8. Very good. 24 divided by 8 is going to be 3. And so, learners, we have addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. But then, in our combined operation, we are going to introduce another one, and that is of which in class 4, you are taught this, and you are taught to do it the same way you are doing multiplication. But here, we are going to see a different thing. Another thing that we are going to have here is the bracket. The bracket is whereby a bracket is created, and inside the bracket, we have a question to solve. For example, you can open the bracket, then inside the bracket, we have 5 minus 3. Close the bracket. So we have the bracket there. That is also another sign. And so, learners, having taken you through with the operations that you learned in the previous class, therefore, let's now go straight away to our subtopic, which is combined operations, and we are looking at whole numbers. Combined operations, whole numbers. Now, look here. We have combined operations of whole numbers. And so, here we are going to use a simplified procedure of working out this question. And the procedure is this. We are going to have this rule. The rule of Bodmas. The rule of Bodmas. Bodmas is B-O-D-M-A-S. Bodmas. Now, can you write it down in your book? Bodmas, and then try to get the meaning of each and every letter. 1 second, I think is enough for that, because you will have B, then O, D, M, A, S. I'm giving you 1 second. Is enough for that? 1 second is enough for that? I believe you're almost there. Now, let me confirm if what you have is what we am going to give you here. We have the first one, B. B stands for bracket. B stands for bracket. Then we have O. It stands for of. O-F, of. Then we have D. That is division. Division. Then we have M. That is multiplication. And then we have A and S, that is addition, then finally subtraction. Now learners, why do we have this procedure? This is the reason. When you're working out a question on combined operation, remember, I have said that these are questions, it is one question, but you have more than one sign. And so, for us to get the same answer, it means we have to use a same procedure, same step. Look at this. I can give you a question. For example, can you write it down? I have 2 times 3 minus 1 divided by 4. Now, look at that question. Somebody can decide to start with addition, then go to multiplication, then go to division. Another person will say, no, I want to start with multiplication, then I do subtraction, then I do addition, then I do the next. Somebody else will also have a different way of doing it. But then, finally, we are going to realize that the answer we are going to get, the answers we are going to get are not going to be the same. So that we now get the same answer, we have to use the rule of Bodmas. So therefore, what am I saying? I'm saying this. For us to get a correct answer, then we must follow this rule, the rule of Bodmas. This rule says that when you're working out the question under combined operation, first start with the bracket B, bracket. If the bracket is not there, you go to the next. You check if you have off. If you have it, you work it out. If it is not there, you go to the next. And so you need to be very careful when you're doing this. Don't go against the rule. Don't go against the rule. The rule says start with the bracket, then go to off, then go to division, then go to multiplication, then go to addition, and then go to subtraction. I'm going to give you one question, and so at that one question, we are going to look at the signs that we have, and then we now solve the problem that we are going to have using the rule of Bodmas. Now, our question is going to be very simple. It is going to be very simple. That is under combined operations. And so the combined operations, we are going to have a question. And that, I believe you are ready with your writing material. And so we are going to have a question like this. A question like this. Write it down. I have 14 plus 6 multiplied by 4 minus 24 divided by 4. Let me write it down also. We have 14 plus 6, then times 4, then minus 24, and divide by 4. That is our question, boys and girls. And so therefore, having this first, can you give me the signs that we have in our question? Very good. We have addition, we have multiplication, we have subtraction, and we have division. Now, following the rule of Bodmas, we cannot start anywhere because I may decide to start with division. Another person will say, no, I don't want division, I want multiplication first. Another one will say, no, subtraction is simple for me. Therefore, let me start with subtraction. And so therefore, we are going to follow the rule of Bodmas. Now look here. Do we have bracket in our question? The answer is no. Very good. We don't have bracket. Therefore, we cancel out bracket. Then with the next one now is going to be off. Do we have off in our question? No, we don't have off. Therefore, we cancel off. Do we have division in our question? Yes, we have division. And so, to present your work neatly, remember I said, mathematics is about three things: speed, accuracy, neatness. How do we observe neatness? Because we have division, underline division, and then 24 divided by 6. What do we get, pupils? No, 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4. Very good. We get 6 as our answer. And so therefore, what are you going to do? You are going to copy the rest that remains. And so we are going to have minus, then 4 here, then multiplication, then 6, then plus, then 14. We are there. We have done away with division, so we cancel it out. Our next thing, we have multiplication. You now go down here and check if we have multiplication. Yes, we have it. As we underlined here, now underline multiplication. And so we underline multiplication, and below it, we are going to write the answer that we get. What is 6 times 4? 6 times 4. 6 times 4. Very good. 6 times 4 is 24. Then we now copy, remember this side we have minus 6, so we write minus 6, and this side we have plus 14. We have now remained with two signs, and our two signs is addition and subtraction. Remember, we are following the rule of Bodmas. So we are going to have addition, then subtraction. And so therefore, we now underline addition and work it out. Give me 14 plus 24. 14 plus 24. 14 plus 24. What do you get? 14 plus 24? Very good. 14 plus 24 is going to be 38. So we are going to have 38 minus 6. And 38 minus 6, we now get our final answer, having subtraction as the last step. And so our answer is going to be 32. That is our correct answer. We have followed the rule of Bodmas. And so therefore, I believe everybody is having 32 as the answer because we followed the rule. If you go against the rule, you are going to get the wrong answer. And remember, the person that is giving you that question understands that one person will not follow the rule. And so, he or she must give you an answer that you're going to get if you don't follow the rule. So learners, always ensure that the rule of Bodmas is followed. I am going to give you the second question, and now in the second question, I will not do it, but I'm waiting for you to, I'm going to give you time, you work it out, and then you give me your correct answer through the learner's portal. The question is, this time round, I'm going to give a question where we are going to have bracket and probably have off also in that question. Ensure you follow the rule of Bodmas. The question is, write it down. We have 45 plus 3, I'm saying this, 45 plus 3 into bracket, so you create a bracket there, then inside the bracket we have 8 minus 2 squared, close that bracket, then we have minus 7, then we have times 6 divided by 3. That is our question. Mathematics is all about speed. And so remember, a mathematics exam is always, is always 2 hours. That 2 hours, 50 question, you divide by the 2 hours, you get 2 minutes per question. I'm giving you 2 minutes is enough for that question. Very fast. Ensure you follow the rule. And so you're going to use the procedure, bracket, off, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Okay, very fast. Remember, we are looking at speed. And also ensure you are neat. And so you have to do exactly what I did. If it is off, underline it. Below it, write the answer. Ensure you are accurate. When you talk of 38 minus 6, don't get a different answer. So ensure you are accurate here. Very fast. I believe you now almost to the answer. And so I'll confirm the answer that you have. And also see if you're going to get the same thing here. Okay, our 2 minutes are over. Now, let us confirm if what you have is what we are going to get. Now, let me ask, which operation did you start with? Now, we want to confirm if the answer that you have is the right thing. Now, which operation did you start with? Being that you are following the rule of Bodmas, which one comes first? Good. Now, it is true that bracket comes first because we have letter B for bracket. So bracket comes first. And look here, boys and girls. Inside the bracket, we have 2 squared. You have to do away with that. First of all, work out that square. That square, remove it. And so therefore, if you will get a square inside the bracket, work it out first. It is not part of the bracket of the Bodmas, but do away with it first. Also, if you get square root, do away with it first. So the first thing, do away with the 2 squared. And so here we are going to have 4. So instead of this one here, we square this and get 4. So underline the bracket. Again, something to remind you. We have 3, then the bracket. Just in between, we don't have any sign. When you realize there is no sign there, there is a secret. The sign that is always there is a silent multiplication sign. So it is not placed there, but you have to put it there so that you don't confuse yourself. So I'll have it there. And so the bracket first, 8 minus 4 will give me what? Very good. Will give me 4 as the answer. As we did in the previous question, copy the rest that remains. So we are going to have minus 7 times 6 divided by 3, and this side times 3 plus 45. That is what we have. And so therefore, step by step. Next one, we are done with bracket. And so we don't have off in our question. Cancel it out. Check if we have division. Yes, we have it. Underline it. And so, division we are going to have here 2. And so we multiply 7 minus 4 times 3 and then plus 45. Now, the next one is supposed to be multiplication. And then you realize now here we have 2 of them. So what are we going to do? Being that now we have 2, what are we going to do? Okay. We are going to work them out at the same time. Therefore, underline all of them at the same time. So I will underline this as well as this, so that all of them are worked out at the same time. Therefore, we are going to have here 14, then minus. Here we are going to have 12, and then plus. Here we are going to have 45. So 45 plus 12 minus 14. So boys and girls, we now realize that we have addition and subtraction. Start with the addition. Add this. 45 plus 12. Give me the answer and be accurate. Give me the answer and be accurate. 45 plus 12. 45 plus 12. Very good. 45 plus 12 is going to give us 57. Then we minus 14. 57 minus 14. Our answer and our final correct answer is going to be 43. 43. Very good. Thumbs up if you had that as your answer. And so our correct answer is going to be 43. Now, listen to me very careful. I repeat what I've said. I've said when you get these questions that have very many signs, more than one, it means you have to follow the rule of Bodmas. And the rule of Bodmas states, start with bracket, of, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. If you will not follow the rule, then your answer is going to be wrong. There is a last bit which is always tricky, and I want to explain to you. In our first example, we remained with addition first, then subtraction. In this case also we remained with addition first, then subtraction. Now, this small bit. What if you happen to remain with 25 minus 20 and then plus 15. In this case now, it is subtraction, then addition. What are you going to do there? An attempt. What do you think we are going to do? I know some will say that now, teacher, because addition, then subtraction, then we are going to do this one first. No. In this case, we are going to rearrange. What are we going to do? Rearrange. What are we going to do? Rearrange. And so therefore, if you remain with subtraction, then addition, rearrange. And when you are rearranging, it means all the numbers that have a plus sign, you bring them together. Therefore, we will start with 25, then pick this plus 15, then have minus 20. So that you now add this, then subtract that. And now, so, up to that point, I want to give you a few questions of which you are going to calculate, and then you send your feedback so that I go through what you have and check where you made some mistakes so that we rectify this, and so that when you get such a question, you be sure of the answer that you're going to get. So now, I'm going to give an exercise, and in the exercise that we are going to do, ensure number one, you look at the speed, you be accurate, and you be neat. And so the question, we are going to have question number one. I said I'm going to give only 4 questions. Only 4 questions. Our question number one is, what is the value of 816 divide by 4 plus 6 into bracket 12 minus 5, close the bracket. I repeat, what is the value of 816 divided by 4 plus 6, open the bracket, 12 minus 5, close the bracket. Question number two, what is the value of 24 divided by 3 plus 4 times 5 minus 8 divide by 4 multiply by 10 plus 1. Question 3, 5 into bracket 4 squared minus 2 squared, close the bracket, plus 24 divided by 4, plus 24 divided by 4. And then the last question, just to confirm if you still remember how division is done. So the last question is, what is 340,068 divided by 17? What is 340,068 divided by 17? Now learners, go through those questions and then send your feedback through the learners portal, and I'm going to go through and check on the answers that you have to see if you have exactly mastered what we have gone through. And remember, mathematics is all about practice until you make it. And so therefore, our lesson was about that is combined operation under whole numbers. Get more questions related to the same, and practice and see if you can get the same answer.